Wednesday, March 5th began the 5-week period of reflection for Catholics in St. Lucia as the church hosted the Ash Wednesday Mass announcing the beginning of Lent. Father Mitchel Francis, the acted Cathedral administrator, says with every feast observed in the church, there is always a period of spiritual preparation, and Easter is the biggest of them all.
Easter is the greatest feast in the Christian calendar. And so the church has set aside 5 weeks plus Holy Week in order to prepare for the great feast of Easter, because Easter is about the resurrection of one who was thought to be dead, and that would have been the end of everything. But the one who was crucified for the salvation of the world rose after 3 days, and that is why Easter is so important. So in order to prepare for that great feast of Easter, we have 5 weeks of spiritual preparation.
As for the ashes, Father Mitchel went on to explain the symbolism and its meaning.
Ashes were imposed on persons who had done bad things, like criminals, murderers, adulterers, drunkards and prostitutes, those kind of people, even people who had committed treason, that means to say betrayed their country. So because they were considered public sinners, the ashes were imposed on them, and they had to go and do penance and sacrifice. But after a while, the people themselves said, we want it. And so the ashes began to be imposed on everybody, because everybody saw themselves as needing God's forgiveness, in need of repentance.
Since the shift of St. Lucia's Carnival in 1999 from February to July, there has been a decline in the observance of Ash Wednesday and the introduction to the Lenten season. The church is now in a position where they have to announce something which was almost a natural occurrence in the public sphere.
When Carnival, which is a pre-Lenten celebration, when we celebrated Carnival as a pre-Lenten event, Ash Wednesday came naturally to us. So for Martinique, as you mentioned, for Trinidad, for Brazil, for Dominica, these are the places in the region I know that celebrate Carnival. Ash Wednesday does not have to be announced. It comes naturally. But since we've shifted our Carnival activities to July, it means that every year we will have to announce that Ash Wednesday is coming up.
Additionally, the traditions which were practiced during the period seem to be dying out. As such, he urges individuals to not be swayed by the noise and find a quiet place to reflect.
In times past, whenever the season of Lent came, everything stopped. Music and parties and dancing, not that they are not good, but it was to give people a chance not to be distracted by those things so that they could have concentrated more. Today we have to find the quiet because the noise is all around us. So we hope that even within people's homes and their own communities, they can create that quiet space where they could live out the Lenten spirit.
According to Father Francis, there are 3 traditional pillars of Lent that include prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Through the 3 pillars of Lent, we journey to develop a closer relationship to God. For Choice News Now, I am Chelsea Austin.